By using the audio editor of the Octatrack, samples can be edited in great detail. Thanks to its flexibility, you might find you don't need a computer for editing purposes at all. The sample I'm going to edit is a drum loop assigned to the machine of track 1. To open this sample in the audio editor, press Track and Edit. The audio editor consists of 5 sub-pages. Select the active sub-page by pressing the track parameter keys. On the first page, Trim, it is possible to set start, end and loop points of the sample. Turn the A knob to set the start point. Knob C is used for setting the end point. When the knobs are turned, you can see how many bars the trim consists of. The BPM of this sample is seen next to this value. Use the B knob to set a loop point. If you hold down the function key while turning the knobs, the marker will snap to 0 amplitude crossings. Such crossings are indicated by a white square. I want to trim down this particular sample to 2 bars. To make the trimming more precise, zoom commands come in hand. Zoom the sample horizontally with the F knob. Zoom vertically with the D knob. Scroll the waveform with the E knob. To preview the trim sample from the main outputs, press Function and Yes. By pressing Q and Yes, the sample will be previewed through the Q outputs. The next page is called the Slice page. Here it is possible to slice a loop. Once a loop has been sliced, individual slices can be played back by either using the sequencer or the trig keys. To add slices manually, first select where the slice should be added. The level knob is used for this. Press Enter to open the Slice pop-up menu. Add a slice by simply selecting the first alternative and then press Enter. Use the knobs to control the length and position of the slice. Loop points can be added to each slice as well. Add more slices by repeating the procedure. Several slices can be added automatically by using the Create Slice Grid command. Slices added in this way will be evenly spread out across the trim range set in the trim menu. Open the Slice pop-up menu and select Create Slice Grid. Next, select the amount of slices that should be added. The last step in the procedure makes it possible for the slices to snap to 0 amplitude crossings, which helps avoid potential pops and clicks. As you can see, 8 slices have been added to the trim range we set in the trim page. To activate playback of the slices, enter the Playback Setup menu and set the slice parameter to On. On the playback main page, the start value will now select which slice will be played. By locking this parameter, it is easy to remix loops. The Edit menu features numerous sample editing commands, most of them available for flex samples only. Sections of a sample can be reversed, faded, copied, and so on. The changes will not be applied permanently unless the sample is saved. Next up, the Attributes menu. Here, various settings for the sample can be made. Gain can apply a volume boost or attenuation to the sample. Loop mode can be set to off, on, and ping pong. If set to off, any loop points will be disregarded. The time stretch algorithm is set here. If set to off, no time stretch will be applied. Original tempo should be equal to the BPM of the loop. This is important. If this BPM value does not correspond with the actual tempo of the loop, the timing of the loop will be off when it is being time stretched. These two settings show the trim length and loop length according to the settings made in the trim menu. This setting makes it possible to quantize sample playback when triggering the sample manually. The last menu, File, features various commands mostly related to different ways of saving an edited sample. When saving a sample, trim, slice and attribute settings will be saved as a part of the sample as well.